As we just heard, a national school food program is part of what's to come. We already know that the program will support existing provincial and territorial programs, meaning communities will have a say in how students get access to meals as well as what is served. Joining us now is someone who's been actively calling for a national program and has already made progress at their school. Brent Mansfield is the edible education teacher at Lord Roberts Elementary School in downtown Vancouver and co-founded Lunch Lab. It's a school meal program that serves meals prepared by the students. Thanks for joining us, Brent.
Pleasure to be here, Dan.
So last fall, we did the story about you running 200 laps around Lord Roberts Elementary to call attention to the need for this program finally happening. What do you hope to hear from the federal budget tomorrow?
Hoping to hear, well, we know the $1 billion over 5 years is coming. We hope to hear a clear indication of working with provinces and territories, what that's going to look like, that money will flow to provinces and territories and Indigenous leaders, and just some more parameters around how this money is going to get out to schools quickly.
Based on your experience at Lord Roberts, how much do you need? Like how much funding would be adequate in your mind?
Well, I mean, the whole goal of this program is for it to be cost shared, right? And we know that school districts and the province have invested this money, and by the federal government investing this $1 billion, that just anchors this program and sets an indication to school districts that this is something that they need to be doing. This is a new mandate in education, which is really exciting.
We mentioned the fact that it's students that prepare the meals. It's not just about learning about food, other life skills. What do students learn beyond just preparing a meal?
Yeah, so Lunch Lab is a program that I've been part of co-founding in partnership with Growing Chefs, which is an amazing local charity here in Vancouver. And it's an opportunity to come in as a team, work together, be mentored by chefs and residents, prepare a delicious meal. So they're learning knife safety, kitchen safety, but they're also learning how to work together, how to care for one another, how to be a leader in their school. And then lunch is about learning. So they sit down and they actually enjoy a meal together. They have time to eat. They're not rushed. They have the opportunity to pay attention to their levels of hunger and fullness. They can go get more if they need it. They choose where they get to sit. I mean, the conviviality of what I think we hope all people learn, not just how to take care of themselves and what they need to eat, but how to be part of a community that is sharing food together.
What are some of the biggest changes you've noticed in the time that you started this program, from kids that were food vulnerable to now being in the program?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's just the experience of whether it's in a garden, whether it's in a kitchen, whether it's in Lunch Lab, just that experience transforms how they eat, what they're willing to eat, that kind of dinner table etiquette, lunchroom etiquette. Come into the lunchroom, there's 200 kids, you know, it's a crowded room, and we can have a conversation like we're having now, right? So it's not chaos, it's enjoyment, it's conversations, it's laughter, it's kids enjoying food together, and that's all kids, right? And some kids might come from homes where they need that even more, they need that modeled to them more, they need the access to food, but this is something that all students benefit from. I don't believe children should leave high school without having a good sense of how to prepare food for themselves, knowing where to get that from, and you know, all the skills that are needed that they're going to need for the rest of their life.
We know programs like this, whether it be federal or provincial, can take time because there is bureaucracy involved. How quickly do you think something like this, beyond what you're doing at Lord Roberts, can be expanded to other programs?
Yeah, I mean, I think in BC we're very lucky where there's a lot of movement that's already happening because of the provincial investment that's happened and just the leadership from BC around food in general and school food programs. So I'm really hopeful that we'll see the impact of this in September. And we're really hopeful that we see Premier David Eby step up and openly accept and sign this agreement and get these funds flowing quickly and take leadership for other provinces across Canada, because we heard from the Prime Minister and the ministers, they want to see this money spent in September, right? So let's make sure that we make that happen and figure out what we need to make sure that this is impacting kids and their ability to learn and their lifelong health. September school year.
New year. Brent Mansfield, we appreciate your time. Thanks very much for coming.
Thank you for having me, Dan.